Remo, we ended Asia with a Night Elf mirror, and we start Europe with a Night Elf mirror. The players are a little bit different. This guy in the upper left-hand side in the red trunks really needs no introduction. He is the Happy Slayer. He's the best Night Elf in Europe. He's Foggy. And playing with mouse and keyboard instead of a dreidel is... dreidel is Spiral. God damn it, I messed that up. Anyway, game's hopefully gonna be better than my introduction.
What's a nice idea, though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you. I'll try my best for the next series again.
Off we go, starting heroes. And guess what we see? It's a standard Demon Hunter by Foggy, who was so fond of the Potom recently, but instead the Potom is seen on the other side by the German. Spiral has also shown Potom plenty of times before, so we're gonna have a clash of styles here going up against each other. It could be Potom hunts against bears, although it doesn't have to be bears for sure.
Yeah, and also we will see how many hunts this is gonna be. Spiral has shown that he's no stranger to the moon-esque way of playing the Potom with expansion and mass dryads, a strategy that also Foggy is very fond of. So Foggy, Foggy can play all styles, right? He knows pretty much exactly what it takes with every single strategy. How much variety did Spiral build up, and how detailed is his knowledge about every single build and every single creep route? This is going to be the question in this mirror match.
Yeah, this could definitely be a problem for Spiral. I mean, it's amazing how good he's gotten after just this little bit of time that he's been fully committing to Night Elf. But half a year, perhaps not enough to perfectly get all that experience. Did you just see that Murgle? When he's in the water, he's actually swimming.
What? No, I didn't.
Yeah, he has a swimming animation.
Damn.
It looks
cute. Well. The technology we had in 2002. Amazing.
A player's forces are under
Dude,
attack.
the detail they put into just these little creeps that basically were never seen aren't even part of a race. Not bad, not bad. What is perhaps bad are these items. Todd is seeing these drops and thinking, what the hell, have I landed in one of my ladder games?
3 rings. Well, Law Lion said that he is the Lord of the Rings, and Spiral and Foggy say, hold my inventory. We do see double engine of war by Spiral, ultra fast, ultra vision, and Foggy trying to raise up to tier 2 as fast as possible.
Time for some items from the shop. Seeing the dust with a Potom is always great. That means you can abuse Shadow Meld really hard and be annoying. Unless there's, of course, a Wisp at the lab, and Foggy instantly places one there. Doesn't want to have to deal with that later. Nice heads-up play.
Also,
yeah, it's the
combo for the storm?
The tickling stage. Yeah, we're just poking each other a little bit. Not too much is happening yet. Yeah, we're just seeing what's going on. Nothing too crazy.
Exploring Tide Hunters a bit. A beautiful, beautiful map. I like that the Spiral is keeping his archers safe, not moving them out on the map. That could give you some vision, but could also be slaughtered if there's a dust, or, as Foggy has already, there's access to the laboratory. This is so easy on this map. You trick the creeps a little, move to the left-hand side, and then can reveal and kill. So Foggy becoming a little more aggressive now. He's done with being passive, starting to creep, and Spiral is right there.
Big last hit right here would be more experience for the Potom. Item goes to the demon, of course. Slippers. Very good. Potom did not quite get level 2 from this. It's always dangerous to move out with the archers to creep. If there's an ambush from huntresses, some archers could be going down, and every archer that you lose here is going to be very painful loss, especially if it should come to a push.
Same goes for hunts, of course. Can't get surrounded or trapped and don't want to use too much HP to keep the Moonwells up. Number 4 is coming. At this stage of the game, I am trying to think that Spiral forgot about this archer on the right-hand side, but we'll see. Nice block with these hunts to make sure the Demon Hunter can't move in, can't snag the experience, can't snag the item. Foggy is contesting the middle. And it's a panda.
Panda second that has been very popular for a while now, especially in Asia against this mass Huntress style. It's very good with Breath of Fire against Hunts, especially if you get 3, although that would be hard to acquire. Has the problem that against Dryads is going to be very underwhelming. That's where the Tinker would be better. It seems like Foggy right now is just concerned about Hunts, not so much against Dryads, as he has lots of archers perhaps to deal with those already. Spiral has started the tech, so might want to move into Dryads at some point.
Second ring also for Spiral. Can we check if the item drops are rigged somehow? Unbelievable. Yeah, Panda against Dryads indeed. Not the greatest choice. Can then be used against buildings, I guess. And Drunken Haze might help with creeping a little. Drunken Brawler, always good. Second Engine of War also for Foggy.
Yeah, it looks like he is expecting that push, or at least wants to be ready against that push. Not just the second Engine of War, but also Nature's Blessing. This helps a ton against pushes that the Hunter's player could go for. But perfect timing for Spiral for the Creep Jack.
Yeah.
Prevents the taking of the Golem. No experience has been gathered here yet, and that TP being gone is super scary. Now Foggy basically cannot dare to go out on the map until he has a really good army.
And that is at a stage of the game where Spiral is expanding, so it feels like he's fooling Foggy a little bit. If he gets the last hit here, that's massive. Did he get it? Is it still alive? Oh, Panda got it last second. Now the opponent might be trapped, or is it not? Belt of Giant Strength, not the greatest item in general, but damn, that was close.
Would have been a 6 snipe. Would have been level 3 as well for the bottom. She needs a little bit more. There's a couple of green camps still left, so level 3 would be easy to acquire. But Spiral prioritizes the scrolls. As always with the Huntresses, with the math, you need scrolls. And upon daytime, the first 2 become available. He got them.
I wonder if Foggy saw this expansion, because there was an illusion pretty close. But it stood still a little bit in front of that. I'm really not sure if Foggy knows.
He then went level 2 mana burn, by the way, rather than level 2 evasion. Perhaps wanting to be ready against a possible second hero, because against the bottom, it's not that effective.
Spiral's playing a good game, and I like that. He's a very momentum-based player. If his series doesn't start that well, he can oftentimes fall apart and give some games away too. But this should make him pretty happy. Lots of tier 1 now on Spiral's side. He has reached tier 2. Bottom is still level 3. Once again, no last hit here. Item went to the Demon Hunter. Big Invo Potion, never bad. And Foggy's army is quite hurt, but also quite safe.
Zeppelin was a smart pickup. Also, the creep positioning, the positioning of the army that is to creep, is outstanding. One of Illusion bought. Foggy's gonna have to get out. The army for Spiral is looking huge. Demon Hunter might be getting surrounded, but remember, Zeppelin will be there to save him. This Zeppelin really was great.
There is anti-air though, so it's not that he's untouchable as it oftentimes is when you face mass hunts. Because Spiral did go into archers as well, and that's 1 kill. That's level 3. And Spiral's also not overcommitting, pulling back. He has no reason to overpush as his expansion starting now. And leveling continues. Still holds the 2 consumables, getting more upgrades, 2-2, and also ready for 70 supply. Foggy still teching, built his Engine of Lore number 2, but yeah, clear army deficit.
Yeah, Spiral is really strong right now, but if Foggy gets to Bears with a Panda 3 and say 60 or 70 supply, that is extremely strong against Hunts and Archers. So it seems like Spiral under the gun right now to get value out of the army while he has this strength to make something of it. He's going to attack into the main base. Is the Panda 3. Not quite yet, he needs a bit more.
He gets it here, not Overseer, 2 creeps at the same time. But great timing by Spiral. Foggy was about to push into upkeep as well, but he gets rid of 2 Moonwells, and that keeps Foggy's supply blocked for quite a while. Also big investment. 360 gold has to be invested, plus 80 lumber. Spiral is pulling ahead with the second gold mine.
Do we see any kind of transition?
Yes.
Ancient of Wind.
Yes. Interesting
Just one,
choice.
player's forces are under attack.
Another scroll. Foggy seems to have all the time in the world, or is that the only thing he can do now?
The Ancient of War still protecting the main. The Demon Hunter got an Orb of Venom. That's a big increase in damage. Great upgrade. And still level 3. Doesn't have mana potions, unfortunately. Didn't find anything there. Could go for some mana potions from his Ancient of Wonders. I think Spyro's doing the right thing, though. Trying to keep pressure on the opponent. He doesn't want to let Foggy just creep up for free, get like 800 gold, and then go into that 70 supply bears. That's where he could absolutely lose this game.
I definitely agree. You also don't want to face a level 5/5 Demon Hunter Panda combo. It's just too strong if you're on a solo Podum. And Spyro now looks like he's pushing. Is it talents? He's around 70. No, it's hippos. First of all, of course, against the Zeppelin to put some more pressure on there. But that was one heal scroll committed. Panda has redo Moonwells. Not looking too great, to be honest.
That Hippogriff, apparently really just for the Zeppelin. It's taken out though. Panda using a bit more mana, now pretty dry, but nighttime has just hit, so lots of Moon to his regen now. Foggy had a very early Wellspring upgrade, so he's gonna have plenty of regen from these new wells.
Mana burn for 1 mana precisely. Little over ambitious. Dryads are of course wonderful with the piercing damage. Get some good hits on the Demon Hunter, but he's so tanky with 6.9 additional armor and the Ancient of War thrown in front as well. This will be a lot of damage on Spiral's army for not too much gain.
Fighting into these AOWs, might that be a little bit overeager is the question. This Zeppelin somehow still alive.
Yeah.
Still saving archers. Very nicely done. We have the first bear now in the mix. When it's only one bear, that one is easy to target. Do we have a staff? Yes, we do. But more bears might be coming.
Empty inventory on Spiral, has to retreat, but of course he got good resources. 66, 4 hunts, very, very low. This might be the timing, yeah, for the next heal scroll. It's available, same as the protection scroll. Foggy stemming against a possible defeat.
Yeah, these scrolls absolutely crucial. Weird to see a Podum without a single item, like a permanent one in inventory.
Sold
no
it all.
claws, no gloves, no slippers, nothing.
Yeah, only found rings, and on her, really not that good. You can always make an argument that it's good and that it's a good item on a tank, but on a Podum, no, not really. Mana potion on the Panda. Foggy gains more and more confidence. Panda could be trapped. Yep.
Very weird movement. Can the Zeppelin save him again? Perhaps not this time. Wait a minute. Has to go for a new Zeppelin? Imagine if that one gets ensnared, dude. Oh boy.
Panda is back now. The creeps are helping Foggy. Oh, Boulder Toss though. Late revenge. The Searing Arrow. There's no mana for the Searing Arrow anymore. Without that, it's really hard to focus, as the damage is just lacking. Demon Hunter has a big invo potion. Spiral, did he check the inventory? Probably yes, but he'd trigger it now.
New bear coming in from the main. I think he forgot about it for a little while there. Nice saves with the Zep though. Level 4 for the demon. That's a big level. More rejuve, more rejuve, more rejuve. He's got plenty of those.
Yeah.
But that second Zeppelin cost more gold, 240. That's basically a bear. And this Zeppelin will be sacrificed. Foggy! What? Was he trying to staff the Zep or something? That was not perfectly done.
Yeah, that was kind of... Wait, he did staff the Zeppelin, but unloaded the bear prior.
Ah, yeah, okay. Well,
Even weirder.
That was also not the way he wanted it.
A player's forces are
It's
under
kind of lucky for Foggy that the Wisp can't really connect. Otherwise, the redo would probably be dispelled way more often. The hunts, they need regen. And Spiral gives this up. I
What?
don't really know why.
Why?
He thinks he can't attack anymore against Panda 4 and a shop, and Moonwell's still replenishing, I guess.
He could have just gone for an alchemist. He could have bought more heal scrolls. He had 70 supply. The Panda was out of mana.
And there was no real way for Foggy to push the expansion, I think. Can't you try to, I don't know, even Chimeras
Foggy
maybe?
was only at 50 and he had no bank. that was a clear misread. I mean, maybe he's behind. I don't see that either. But there's no way he's incapable of winning that game. No way.
Foggy might be surprised as well. Maybe something happened that we didn't catch on camera.
I just think he looked at the situation. He was like, I have no scroll, no town portal. He has 70 supply, yes, but against a Panda level 4, that's just most likely going to fry everything. Every time a bear comes out, it's double rejuve. So all of the timings that he was aiming for, they just kind of expired. So he probably could have crept and tried to, build 80 supply, get the next scroll, but he just couldn't see any of these scenarios being successful, so he tapped out.
A little bit of a stretch here, but we heard from Spiral in the winner interview that against Happy it was most important to him to not get demotivated too much for the lowers match, right? What if this is the same here? He knows, okay, in the end Foggy will very, very likely win this. At the moment I'm in a decent position, I know my mistakes, I just don't want to see my army getting completely shredded and then taps out on his own conditions.
Yeah, but that doesn't look like a good mindset. Like, we've had some games in DreamHack where players are staying in too long, but that's better. Look for your opening. Look for your way back into the game. Again, he was not behind in that game. I am not going to buy that at all. And even if he is, he can try something. Maybe the opponent makes a mistake, but here it seems like he just capitulated. He's like, oh man, I guess it's not going to work out. And he doesn't even try to take a fight. There were so many things he could have done. Could have waited for the next heal scroll. Could have gotten 80 supply Moonwell. Could have gotten 2 glaives to take out the Moonwells that Foggy had. Could have gone for an Alchemist for AoE healing with Heal Spray. There were so many things he could have done, and perhaps he would have failed. But he didn't even try.
Yeah, even I remember when you played the Experience tournament, actually. You played against Toxie, and I think it was Tidehunters where you had a terrible start. Like, you lost your hero, you lost a bunch of stuff. And you stayed in the game, and then it turns out, I think you won that game, right, Remo?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you've experienced also, like, the thing of, like, falling very far behind, just staying, persevering through it, and then still winning. But I guess, yes, Paul is more on the end of players that will tap out pretty quick. I think when I played him in WC Champions playoffs last season, the 2 games that he lost, I think he left very quick, especially the last one. It was literally the Warden gets level 2, he starts harassing, my Arcane Tower finishes, I kill 2 archers, he insta-tapped out. So he's one of those players, if things start going south, he doesn't want to stick too long in those games.
Whew, okay, this was a good map and match for Spiral so far, though. I think he had a very, very good game plan that Foggy didn't really expect from him. On that map at least, but unfortunately Tidehunters was one of Spiral's maps. Now, Foggy's pick, his first pick, is the new map. Ladies and gentlemen, the playoff debut of Shallow Grave. There we got it. There we go. 1-0 lead for the back-to-back silver medalist here at DreamHack.
By the way, like I checked Foggy's match history. He has only 1 single game ever played on this map last season, and this season he hasn't played yet on W3 Champions. He was supposed to stream, and then he tweeted that he preferred to focus on his training instead of streaming. So I don't think he's played a lot, actually, even on ladder on this map. But as we know, he practices with Computer. So maybe Computer taught him something on this map that he can use here.
Absolutely true. Unscoutable, that preparation. You can't rely on the fact that the computer won't give your replays to any possible opponents. Won't be any leaks here. Both decide to go for Potom on this match.
Alright, it's gonna be some Potom Hunt's Mirror then, probably. Starting off with the same creep route. You can try to go for the Mercam creep right away, but it's really hard to do. Takes, I think, 3 Whisper Pair or something, and then you have to wonder, is that even worth it? Rather go for the easier one, where sometimes the Lightning Shield seems to bug out a bit, but Foggy, of course, has it perfectly figured out and perfectly practiced. For him, the Lightning Shield works, and he's creeping this for that reason quite a bit faster.
Claws of attack for Foggy as a reward. Claws of attack also for Spiral, so the round of rings is probably over. And Foggy goes for an Engine of War, but Spiral right on the dot with the scouting.
We're gonna have a quick level 2 creep happening here. Second Agent of War now for Spiral over towards the lab. That shouldn't be too surprising. If you go mass hunt on both sides, having a few Berserkers in the back can add some nice damage, especially with that true shot, of course.
Oh, Foggy tried to pull the creeps. The creeps kill him, though. Will they go back to sleep? Lucky break for Spiral, but Foggy is trying again.
Yeah, and the bottom waking up the creeps, that should work, and this should be a cancel. Spiral, with a bit of a risk with the second Ancient of War, we can see Foggy's Ancient of War is way safer positioned next to a green camp. And can Spiral take off the aggro here? It doesn't look like it. The Ancient of War is going down. Oh. Or is it, though?
Is it, though? Can he sacrifice this archer for the greater good? Nope. He sacrificed both.
That's a cancel. Oh, that was close. And that could give Foggy a big production lead for a while, but actually he starts creeping with the second Ancient of War. Not producing right away.
I feel like I get a Captain Hook syndrome where I hear clocks ticking. Clocks that tick down to Spiral tapping out. This early game, not that great for him at all.
You can see some last hits here. Maybe his confidence is going to increase. Hey, there we go. The Huntress. And again! Whoa, there we go.
Someone played some Luna Dota.
It's a perfect time with TI running as well. So that's a nice bit of a confidence booster. And for some people, that cannot be underestimated. Especially after that game one, it could very well be a bad psychological state where you're feeling a bit in the dump. So some moves like that do help out. He got that one as well!
No
oh my
way!
god!
The clock just stopped ticking. Look at this experience lead. Almost half a level. Excellently done by Spiral. Foggy was about to say, probably shaking his head. Can't see it. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Chat can confirm that. But yeah, nobody's teching. We're going into mass hunt territory.
He's creeping the lab with only one illusion. Is that enough? I guess it is. He lost the archer, unfortunately. Losing these last hits and now losing the archer. It's a few slightly sloppy moves in there by Foggy, I want to say.
Yeah, on the other side, he cancelled an Engine of War. He also killed that archer there. You know, a good horse only jumps as high as it has to.
Well, in game one, it jumped and it fell, but then Spiral tapped out, so that was kind of weird.
You know, the hurdle just removed itself, and then you don't even have to jump anymore. Even better.
It's like that one movie where two boxers fight against each other, and both have been bribed to lose, so they punch each other once and both go KO. That's kind of weird.
Sounds like a super exciting movie. Exactly. Otherwise, Spiral would have had the level 2 True Shot aura advantage.
That Berserker is taking good damage. Oh my god, look at these right clicks.
Oh, the block!
Oh, nice block with the Huntress. Look at Spiral, man, pulling out the moves on map 2. What a great comeback. Especially psychologically here on map 2.
Yeah, that's some recovery if I ever saw one. Level 3.3. Searing arrow exchanges, tier 2 tech on both sides. And then what? Are we going into Dryads? Are we going into Glaives?
Yeah, normally we see 4 Glaives, 1 Zeppelin, and then some fun Zeppelin micro. However, on this map, not so easy to clear out the lab. Pretty far away from any Ancient of War. It does some good damage. You could creep it up with a 40 or 50 supply army, of course. But yeah, if you go Glaives, you want to have those Zeps. Also, second hero is an option.
Is it Panda time then again? Is it Dryads? Is it Dryad? Is it Naga? Foggy has the upgrade lead with 1-0. Spiral is catching up in that regard.
Very even game here still. Second hero might also just be skipped, just to level this bottom like crazy. If you get her to 5 quickly, that's a lot of damage. And if it's only bottom versus bottom, Starfall cannot be cancelled.
True, true. Can of course burn the mana before, maybe. Foggy? Moving out wisps for scouting information? I guess alchemist it is for Foggy. Huh. What's the spell?
Acid Bomb is a bit unreliable. If you chuck it in and the Huntress is moved and you only hit one, you're gonna feel real bad. So the more secure skill choice here would be Heal Spray. But it is Acid Bomb, actually.
It is Acid Bomb. True, Remo. There we go, in the middle of it all, trying to get rid of that engine of war before maybe glaive production starts. That sounds like a good plan.
Spiral is at 50 already, so he doesn't need to produce right now. Could just remake the Ancient of War while he's waiting for the armor upgrade to finish. Also needs to wait for the Alchemist. And then we're gonna be pretty evenly matched. Oh, he surrounds him here against the trees! Oh, what a move by Foggy. That's a huge kill.
-2 armor now thanks to the acid bomb. So quick and clean. And of course, big experience. And that's another tap out.
And that's how Foggy tends to look when he plays against somebody that's not happy. And that's almost every tournament, every DreamHack, except a few rare occasions. He's just untouchable. It's crazy also to hear it in the interview, like this time saying how confident he was that he was the second best European and that this time he would already be focused more than usual on happy. Even before we would get that grand finals. It almost sounds like, it's a little bit worrying because you're like, well, is he maybe not paying the respect that he should to the other opponents? But maybe he factored all of that in and he was like, as long as I prepare like I usually do against everybody else, I'm going to be fine. It's really happy I need to think of more. Just shows up really strong and suddenly he's up 2-0 in a matchup where it looks like he's untouchable. And for Spiral, now it's going to be the hardest than ever for him to stay in this, like keep it together. After you're down 0-2, it just looks completely hopeless. But maybe he reaches that state of mind where he's like, okay, well, I have absolutely nothing to lose at this point. I'm just getting demolished. And maybe he can play the best WarCraft that he can to try and get the reverse sweep here.
There's some decent signs there as well. Last hits on map 2. Pretty much the entire game on map 1 with a couple of errors here and there. If he can fix it, it's definitely comeback potential. Our next map is Concealed Hill. We give both players some time to think about their strategy there. And then it's match points for Foggy in just 3 minutes. Match points Foggy looking really good for the Ukrainian. Hey, how does Spiral bounce back now?
He needs to get his mental in order. Something is not right with his competitive mindset right now. Like, you know, it happens. We play WarCraft, sometimes things go wrong. In fact, from personal experience, when I play, things go wrong all the time. But especially if it's an important match, you still gotta try to win. You still gotta try to play. It feels like Spiral is just willing to play if it's an even game or he has a lead. Game 1 was the weirdest. He was in such a good position for so long, and then at some point he thinks he's behind, which perhaps he wasn't, and he doesn't even try to play anymore, he just leaves. Game 2, he clearly was behind, that one was evident, but you can still come back from that, but he doesn't even try, and he leaves. This is not the mindset you need to have when you want to go far in DreamHack.
He's your teammate. Where's Coach Remo?
Yeah, man.
I just told you, he needs to improve his mindset. That's what he needs.
Just improve his mindset. Just play like
Told me
him.
that after I was down 0-2. I'm pretty sure I would block you.
Happens to the best of us. Let's go. Match points Foggy. Can we get a reverse sweep or maybe even game 4? Concealed Hill is next. Off we go, everybody. 3 match points in a row for one of the strongest mirror players in the world. Spiral is switching things up, and seeing a Demon Hunter on this map, by both players.
Yeah, that's quite something.
It's really something.
It's pretty weird. Concealed is normally the best map in the pool for the bottom. Because you can abuse the fountains really well, you got full map control. Your opponent is locked in their base for the longest time. If you kill off some archers, you can apply a ton of pressure. And to make things even better, you even get easy lab access for glaive throwers later. So yeah, this is really surprising.
Do we see bears then? Maybe... I don't know. I really don't know. Foggy Scout confirms the Demon Hunter Spiral has a Wisp on the other side. That's fine. Was Foggy's Demon Hunter quite a bit earlier?
A second or two maybe? I didn't quite see it. I'd love to stack up with some nice items here. As I oftentimes like to point out, that's the great thing with creeping these camps with the Demon Hunter. Whatever you find, it's good. Whether it's rings, circlet claws, gloves, everything fits nicely on the demon. Over on the smaller camp, you would also love to get some slippers. Hunter's Hall, very early for Foggy. And a second Ancient of War. Hold the phone, senor.
What?
Demon Hunter mass hunts?
What? This is... Like, we've seen so much in Night of Mirror. We even saw Warden in Night of Mirror. But a Demon Hunter... This could be mass... No, wait. You said he built a Hunter's Hall? He is building a Hunter's Hall. I was about to say you could build mass archers, but mass hunts with the demon. Interesting.
Might be like 40 supply hunts and AP push or something? That would definitely hit hard before the Dryads are ready.
Yeah.
Interesting. And what a cool moment also to use this strat. Foggy, you know, he's got a nice lead already. If this fails, whatever. But how are you supposed to be ready against this? Nobody plays this. Nobody plays Demon Hunter mass hunts. This is like some... If you saw this on ladder, you would think 1600 MR scrub. What the hell are you playing? But now that Foggy's doing it, we're kind of scratching our chin, going like, oh, look at that. That's so smart.
For sure. I don't totally agree. Okay, at least Spiral scouts the second Engine of War.
There's the
Oh,
AP.
no. Oh,
Across the river.
no way. Spiral has no idea, does he? He sees the first Engine of War. He's completely blind on the left-hand side. He's not scouting the former creep spot. He's not scouting the lane at all.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
But of course, Spiral's seeing now that there's no tech, he knows something's fishy.
Yeah.
There's either a push or an expansion. It's one of the two things. And now things get weird. The thing is, Foggy got Huntresses coming.
Yep.
If he collects like 4 or 5 hunts, he can clean up those archers easy. This is, yeah, strange kind of game. The Tree of Life in the meantime under threat. Although there should be Wisp repair.
But then Wisp will fall rather quickly. Juggled a couple of them down to 40%. What is going on?
It's a fun game so far.
Yeah. And Remo, not usually a connoisseur of Knight of Mirror, I can tell you that much. We have a base race.
Alright, Foggy also going for the Tree of Life. The AP is walking over. Foggy's tree is really low, but so is the demon. And these hunts that are streaming in can deal with the archers fairly well. Can use Shadow Melt, but there is a dust.